back the last time you saw my Haiboxing Hailstorm. We were outside running it, and the biggest complaint I had about it was the shocks. The friction shocks on it just make it bounce way too much and make it a tad bit uncontrollable. So what I did was I hopped back on Amazon and I actually picked up a set of their aluminum threaded oil shocks. And what we're going to do today is we're going to install these. Now I'm going to show you a before and after of how these work, and then just how to install them. So let's go ahead and get started. Now with the body off, I just want to show you guys how bouncy these friction shocks are. Push up and down, you can just kind of tell they're bouncing. We'll drop it here. You can see that, it bounces after it lands. So we're going to solve that problem. And the greatest thing about it is all you need is the screwdriver that came in your kit to install these. So let's go ahead and get started. Now with the front shocks, you just got your screw right there on the top and your screw right there on the bottom on both sides. So we're just going to go ahead and take those off here. All right, before we install the shocks, what I want to do is actually compare them. You can see on the right, we got the stock one. And then on the left, we got the threaded aluminum oil-filled one. Now you can see they come with the same screws and hardware. So that's kind of nice. So you got extras in case you ever lose them, but you shouldn't. But the next thing I want to show you is we're going to pick up the friction shock here, and you can see right through that. And that's one reason why it's not that great. Now we'll go ahead and pick this one up. And you can see how this has got the threaded adjustment. And you can hear the squeaking of the oil. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to take this shock apart and look at it. Now, just from experience with messing with aluminum shocks, I want to take this apart and check a couple of things. Just because of stuff I've learned over time by messing with these. Go ahead and take that apart here. And the first thing I want to check, you see how there's thread right there? This is loose. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and unthread that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some thread locker on there to make sure these ends don't come off. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to take the cap off and check the fluid. So what I do to do that is I just go ahead and stick that in there. Hold the body of the shock tight and just go ahead and start unthreading it until it gets loose enough. And we'll go ahead and take this top off. And we'll see what the fluid and everything looks like. Okay, it does come with fluid. You can see, if I get it to focus there, there is a rubber seal in the cap. And there is fluid in the shocks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to try to test it to make sure there's no air in it, and then I'll put it back together and then we'll install it. Now the reason why I'm showing you guys all this is because if you look, you can see how that barely moves. That is not a properly bled shock. There is fluid in it, but it's not bled right. What you need to do is bleed your shocks. So when you go like that, see how it popped right back out? That is a properly bled shock. That's why I wanted to show you these two things, because you don't want to lose these. So you want to put thread lock on it, and then you want to check and make sure there's fluid in there. And even if there is fluid in there, you do want to bleed it to make sure that it's working right. Now, once I get all these done, we'll go ahead and get them installed. Now that we got all these eyelets thread locked on, and we got the shocks bled, all you do is reverse the process and put your screws back in. Now I'm going to do the front and back, and then when I come back, I'll show you the final product. Oh, I think these shocks look great. I can't wait to get outside and to try them out. Let's go ahead and do this one more time. We'll give it a little drop. That seems a lot more solid. I might need to adjust them a little bit, but that's a great thing. These are threaded and adjustable. Well, as always, I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to check these shocks out, if you want to get them for your hailstorm. Don't forget to check out our Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on the next one.